Thank you for watching Live and Local KWN TV.
Welcome to Sheriff's Talk, a public affairs program of KWN TV7. Join us every week as we talk various aspects of law enforcement and how important it is for the citizens and law enforcement to work together. Now join us for another edition of Sheriff Talk on KWN Live and Local TV Channel 7. And welcome into this week's edition of Sheriff Talk here on KWN TV. Glad to have you along with us. This week we're going to be talking about several different things, and then we'll get an update on the news before we get started here this morning. A couple of things that's happened over just the last a few days here in the North Alabama, North Georgia, and Southeast Tennessee area. We'll be joined today by Dade County Sheriff Ray Cross. He's going to come in and talk about two different things that are coming up in the very near future that you may very well want to be involved in. Also, today on the show will be Marion County Sheriff Bo Barnett. He's going to be here. We'll talk about various things with him, and then he's also got a missing persons report that we're going to talk about coming up later on in the show as well. So a lot of things to talk about today. It's also court term in the state of Georgia, or here in Dade County at least. That's the April term of court, and coming up a little bit later on in the show, we'll also give you an idea and an insight into what you may or may not encounter as a juror here in Dade County. We've got these and other stories, and of course, talking with law enforcement coming up throughout the show right here. So thanks for joining us on this week on Sheriff Talk here on KWN TV. Let's get an update on a couple of news stories that are breaking this week, and Mike's going to bring that to us now. Mike?
All right, thanks, Evan, and let's get right to it here this morning. I'm going to roll over to a screen to show you. Let's do that. There we go. I'll get you guys off the screen there this morning here. And a video, actually, this morning of a story we've been telling you about out of Jackson County. Jackson County is looking for a couple of fellows who they believe, or at least one person, who may have been involved in several robberies of stores, convenience stores around the area. Let's go to WAFF TV out of Huntsville with that report.
Police need your help identifying this suspect believed to be responsible for a string of burglaries. This is video from the store owner off Highway 65 in Holly Tree. The suspect is covered from head to toe, as you can see, but didn't seem to be in a hurry here. You can see he or she even takes the time to turn on the blinker when they were leaving the scene of this crime. WFF 48's Stephen McLam joins us live in our Sand Mountain newsroom with the latest on that. Stephen?
Well, law enforcement officials believe that they admit that they don't have a lot to go on, but they believe that this person may have actually committed similar offenses in the past. Now, so far, reports have been taken from 3 businesses that were hit in Jackson County: Woodall's Quick Stop in Scottsboro, Walden's Grocery in Skyline, and Holly Tree Grocery in Holly Tree were all hit late last week. Sheriff's officials say the break-ins were done in the overnight hours and a pry bar was used to open the doors. Chief Deputy Rocky Harnan says the target appears to be the same: money and cigarettes. Harnan says at this time they believe the same person is responsible for all 3 break-ins.
There were videotapes at several of the locations which obviously identified the person. They're wearing masks and gloves and things like that, but there's a lot of similarities.
Now take a look at this picture taken from the Holly Tree Grocery with the man wearing a backpack. Law enforcement hopes that someone out there has information about him which could help lead to an arrest in the case. Now, if anyone does have any information about this crime, you're asked to contact Scottsboro Police or the Jackson County Sheriff's Department. Reporting live from the Sand Mountain newsroom, Stephen McLam.
All right, and once again, that report is courtesy of WAFF 48 out of Huntsville. And once again, if you have information that can help the Sheriff's Department there, you can contact them at 256-574-2610 or the Scottsboro Police at 256-574-4468. One other item of news to mention to you, actually occurring on Monday night where we're recording on Tuesday, a Jackson County pastor has been arrested for sexual abuse of a child charges. 55-year-old Jeffrey Allen Elkins of Bridgeport arrested on a 7-count grand jury indictment. He's facing 5 counts of sexual abuse of a child less than 12 years of age and 2 counts of enticing a child for immoral purposes. He is a pastor at a church in Bridgeport. Elkins is currently in the Jackson County Jail at the time of this show, and at this time there is no word on bail. Both of those stories coming out of Jackson County at this time. That's what we have in the news for you. Of course, you can catch the latest anytime online at the Mountain Valley Independent at discoverdade.com. And you can follow News on the Go anytime at KWN News Now on Facebook. Evan?
Thank you there, Mike. Appreciate those updates here that is going on. If you're watching when we put this show together on Tuesday, both of those stories are just happening. And if you can help with those suspects that you've seen, that story out of Huntsville, WAFF television, we thank them for allowing us to be able to show that video, courtesy of them, to allow you to see. If anybody has any information, as Mike alluded to make sure you contact the authorities in Jackson County at the Jackson County Sheriff's Department. Coming up on the show, once again, we're going to be visiting with Dade County Sheriff Ray Cross. He's got a couple of events that's going to be coming up that you may want to be very well involved in. That's going to be coming up. We'll also sit down with Marion County Sheriff Bo Barnett. He's on the show today, and then we'll talk about the upcoming April term of court. That is just around the corner for Dade County, by the way, the April term of Superior Court on the way here in Dade County. These and other stories as Sheriff Talk continues all over the tri-state area.
A time-tested financial institution equipped with the latest banking technology. The Bank of Dade, with mobile banking to fit your on-the-go lifestyle. Download our latest app today for your iPhone, Android, or tablet to bank on the go. Check your balance, pay bills, make deposits, and keep track of your account anytime and anywhere with the Bank of Dade's smartphone app. Make life easier by using today's most advanced banking technology to your advantage. Call us at 657-6842 or visit on the web at bankofdade.com. Your hometown bank since 1956, the Bank of Dade. Main offices on Highway 11 North in Trenton, and drive-thrus on Highway 11 North and Highway 136 West. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Come enjoy pizza for lunch or dinner in a family atmosphere at Stevie B's Pizza, 2200 Galt Avenue North in Fort Payne. Enjoy the super buffet and salad bar anytime, or have any of our specialty pizzas made to order and delivered right to your table. At Stevie B's in Fort Payne, we make our own dough, assuring you the best possible pizza. Book your parties at Stevie B's in Fort Payne, plus ask about catering and fundraisers too. Call Stevie B's 256-979-1234 and find out more. Great pizza in a family atmosphere. Stevie B's, 2200 Galt Avenue North in Fort Payne. Doing your taxes yourself is just not a good idea, especially with changes in the Affordable Care Act and college tax implications. Nancy Anderton at NL Tax and Bookkeeping has been serving the tri-state area since 1978. Let NL Tax and Bookkeeping use their knowledge and expertise to get you the correct refund fast. Ask about direct deposit and fast returns. NL Tax and Bookkeeping is open 8:30 to 6 Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, and 8:30 to 2 Eastern on Saturday. 500 Alabama Highway 73, 7 miles from downtown Trenton. Call today at 657-4758 or 597-2829. Friend us on Facebook at NL Tax for the latest tax information. HVAC repair and service you can count on from S&S Service Company, a locally owned and operated business that uses high-quality materials on every job. Call on our crews for regular maintenance, minor repairs, and new installations. Spurgeon is a name that's been trusted for decades, so if you need an energy-efficient HVAC system, we've got you covered with Arco Air products. Arco Air and S&S Service Company, enduring performance. S&S is fully licensed and serves the Northeast Alabama and surrounding area. Call 256-632-2500 today for S&S Service Company for your HVAC needs. Online at snsservicecompany.com.
Romans Mobile Homes can help make the dream of home ownership come true. Come by and see our on-the-lot selection of manufactured homes, or sit down with us and let us custom design your top-of-the-line constructed manufactured home. With names like Cabco and Clayton, we can design anything from 1 to 6 bedrooms, shingle or metal roof, finished drywall, and more. All our homes come with central heat and air, including a heat pump. Financing available, and prices include delivery and setup. See us today at Romans Mobile Homes, 2019 Highway 136 West, just west of the four-way stop, top of Sand Mountain. 706-657-8807. Romans Mobile Homes.
Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank Marion Countyans will ever need. At 402 North Cedar Avenue in South Pittsburgh, 4765 Main Street in Jasper, and at 14087 Highway 28 in Whitwell. Providing the highest standard of customer services with a personal touch. Our associates can help you with personal loans, personal lines of credit, a variety of mortgage loans, and more. And we offer real-time internet banking too. See us in South Pittsburgh, Jasper, and Whitwell today. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank Marion Countyans will ever need. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Join us every week for Game On with Chris Goforth on KWN TV. Back now to Sheriff Talk. We welcome in on the program this week Dade County Sheriff Ray Cross and Marion County Sheriff Bo Burnett. Sheriffs, welcome. As we continue with Sheriff Talk this week, I'm going to begin with you. A couple of events that's coming up. One that's coming up within a week that you wanted to bring everybody up to date on, and then there's an event coming up at Dade County High School here in about 3 weeks that you could share some information with us.
Yeah, one of the programs we're very proud of, Evan, is our Citizens Academy. This is going to be our 4th one that we've done. It starts April the 5th. At 6 p.m. It's going to be down at the courthouse, the new courthouse. You have to fill out an application to go through this program, but all the applications need to be in by the 1st.
So that's going to be this week, and depending on when you're watching the show, if you watch us, and I know this program plays on Saturday, so if you're watching on Saturday, you might call the office Monday morning. They might could squeeze you in if you have to.
Yeah, we'll squeeze them in if they last minute thing, but if they can, get them in as quick as possible. This is a great program, and I brought some of the training classes that we do there, and it's a 10-week long program. And the first one we're going to do is overview of the Neighborhood Watch program that we have in several parts of the county, and we talk about it and what our Neighborhood Watch cars do and the people that's on patrol and how we got it set up and everything else. The next week we do the jail and our chaplain. We have a lot of people don't know it, but we have a chaplain that works with us through our sheriff's office, and he is mainly for the officers. If we have an officer involved shooting or an officer that's been injured or something like that, the chaplain comes in just for the officer and their family. He's not here for the inmates. That would be kind of a contradictory thing. So our chaplain mainly services our officers and our staff. So he's going to talk a little bit about what he does, and he's also certified through the state of Georgia as a chaplain. And we're going to take them on a tour of the jail. We always do, and they just love that tour that we take them on. We'll go in and show them the kitchen. We show them back where the inmates stay. We show them the booking process and everything that has to do with the jail. Our 3rd week is our school resource officer. We bring our resource officers in. They talk to them. The resource officers tell them what they do in the schools and how they handle problems there in the school. 4th week is road patrol. Of course, we bring our deputies in and let them talk and tell them how they do vehicle stops, how they answer calls as far as domestics or anything else that they do, how they serve civil papers, their process, report writing, and everything. They go over everything as road patrol. That's a very interesting class. The 5th week is investigations. We bring our investigators in. This year they're going to be setting up a mock crime scene, and they'll show them how they investigate the crime scene, how they package stuff to send off to the crime lab, DNA testing and stuff like that. The next week is in court services. We take them down to the courtroom or in the courtroom, and we let them do a mock trial. They get to be the judge, the jury, and the prosecuting and defense attorneys. And last time we did it, they just loved it. It was just awful humorous too, some of the cases they have. Then we have firearm safety on the week 7, and we'll go over everything, being safe with a gun and stuff like that. I'm trying to hurry through these real quick.
No, you're fine. We got time on the segment.
The next week will be a Lookout Mountain Drug Task Force will come in, and they bring some of the drugs that they've confiscated and show them how they do drug raids and what they do in their job as far as drug task force officers. And our 9th week is our SWAT team. We bring them in and show them, how our SWAT gear, how the SWAT officers handle calls, how they approach buildings and vehicles and whatever they have to do to, on these SWAT calls. And the very last week is a CHAMPS program. We tell them about our 5th grade CHAMPS program that we have. And this year we're even going to be doing 8th grade CHAMPS, kind of a booster class, I guess.
Coming up this next year?
Yes. And if they go through all 10 weeks of the classes, which are every Tuesday night from 6 to 9, there's 3 bonus classes, which involve a ride-along program with the officers. We take them to the firing range, and they get to shoot actual guns. We let them shoot the AR-15s, the pistols, and shotguns if they want to. And we also take them to the high school. The 3rd bonus class is We take our officers over to high school with patrol cars and we simulate vehicle stops, felony takedowns and stuff like that, and show them how we search cars and get criminals, off the street. Say if they've robbed a bank or something, how we do a felony takedown on that.
Okay, the criteria to, if you got to be a Dade County resident.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You got to be at least 18.
Right.
And then there will be a simple background check done on you, basically to see if you're a felon.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then you're in.
That's it.
And it starts this coming Tuesday, April the
5th.
April the 5th. Mm-hmm. 657-3233.
Yeah.
Is
just
how to get to sign up.
Yeah, call Marianne and pick up an application, fill it out, and we'll go from there.
All right. Well, that sounds good. And it'll be coming up. So if you're interested, make sure that by this week that you get in touch with the Sheriff's Department. And is there any charge?
No charge, free of charge.
No charge, no charge. So if you'd like, maybe you have a high schooler that's fixing to get out and graduate this year. Maybe you got somebody that's thinking about law enforcement. Excellent way to be able to see if this is something that you get a little taste of everything.
Excellent way, yes. It gets people that's interested in law enforcement. This is a very good place to start.
Have you ever had anybody that went through this and is now working for you?
We have had several do that, especially in our jail. Also, at the end of it, we have a graduation ceremony. We present them certificates so that they've completed the class. We also give them a T-shirt, and they stay in touch with us. We'll have some from previous classes that will be coming to this class. They like it so much they want to sit through again. So that's fine.
Well, Sheriff, you've got one other thing it's not going to be within the next week or so. It's going to be like 3 weeks, but we wanted you to share it because it seemed like it'll be a very good opportunity for the high school students to realize that there are some dangers out there for them, of course.
Yeah. Every year around prom and graduation time, we worry about our teenagers out here driving and stuff like that. So what we've done through our drug education program, we've contacted a company and it's called Save a Life Tour. And what they do on April the 19th, they're going to be bringing a driving simulator to the high school. And throughout the day, they're going to have students participate in activities. And some of the activities are going to involve the simulator where they're going to simulate a student talking on the phone or texting on the phone while trying to drive and show them how dangerous that can be. And also drinking and driving. They'll have the goggles that they wear while they're trying to drive and several things like that to see if we can hopefully keep our students safe this year.
That's going to be done before prom.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be coming up, and it'll be an all-day event, or do you know exactly how that's going to happen?
Yeah, I know they're going to be in an auditorium at some part. They'll have a speaker come that speaks to them. This has been done in over 1,500 different colleges and universities, 300 different high schools across the United States. And it's just a very good program that tries to help keep our children safe. Mike, I don't know if we're able to pull up any video. I don't think so. But if you want to go to it, it's savealife.com is the website. And it'll show you, it tells everything about it and shows the simulators and everything.
So the high school students at Dade County High School will be given the opportunity to do this here in the next 2 to 3 weeks when they return back after spring break.
Right. Yeah, we're trying to do everything we can to keep our students safe, not only get away from drugs and stuff like that, but also driving out here in just everyday life,
All right. Well, Sheriff, we thank you very much. A couple of big events coming up. The Sheriff Academy will start next Tuesday. Call the Sheriff's Department at 657-DADE if you'd like to go. And, of course, the Save a Life will be coming up at Dade County High School. A couple of big important events for the community for law enforcement.
Correct.
Sheriff, we thank you. We know that you got to get on to another activity, and we're going to talk about a missing person coming up in Marion County. Actually get an update on a couple of things that's happening in Marion County coming up as we continue with Sheriff Talk. We'll be right back with Sheriff Bo Barnett from Marion County after this.
When you need a licensed plumber, call Stacy Ledwell and the staff at Mr. Rooter in Scottsboro. Mr. Rooter provides your home or business with advanced solutions using high-tech equipment. Our commitment to customer satisfaction shines through in our personalized service. When you schedule an appointment, our professionals will dedicate time to explain the work that has to be done. Our staff will give you upfront pricing, so you'll know exactly what's involved before any work begins. We even pump septic tanks and do new construction on houses. Fully licensed, bonded, and insured, Mr. Rooter in Scottsboro. Call Stacy Ledwell today to set up an appointment at 256-574-4710.
Delivering top-quality health care locally, we are Northeast Alabama Health Services. With 7 locations, there's one near you. Scottsboro, Section, North Sand Mountain and Higdon, Skyline, Woodville, Fife, and Fort Payne. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, and of course your private insurance. If you're unemployed, low income, or have a high copay or deductible, you may also qualify for a reduced rate office visit as low as $16. Ask about our free medication program. And ladies, you may qualify for a free or reduced rate mammogram. And cervical cancer screenings are available too. Putting your health concerns first. We're Northeast Alabama Health Services.
Dobbins Supermarket, serving the community for over 70 years with fresh-cut meats, fruits and vegetables, and a full line of grocery items. Dobbins is known far and wide for their signature sausage in 4 flavors. Dobbins Supermarket, Highway 71 in Higdon.
This week at Dobbins, find pork shoulder roast, $1.99 a pound. Fried drumsticks, 89 cents a pound. Boneless chicken tenders, $1.99 a pound. Hickory hollow smoked bacon, 10-pound box, just $19.99. And bar ass sandwich ham, 1-pound pack, $1.99. This week at Dobbins. T's Diner, serving up homemade Southern cooking at 3525 Main Street in Jasper. It's where you'll find all your friends every day. Breakfast 5:30 till 11. At lunch, you'll find your favorite meats and vegetables served piping hot. T's Diner has something for everyone. Come on in for dinner. Pick from our complete menu, including seafood platters, catfish, hamburger, and country fried steak plates, along with fresh vegetables. Oh, by the way, don't forget the homemade pies and cakes. T's Diner, just west of the Dollar General Store, Jasper. Open Monday through Wednesday till 2, Thursday through Saturday till 7.
When you or a loved one is facing a life-limiting illness, hospice care may be the answer. At Tapestry Hospice, the patient is the focus of our care. We are here to serve you and facilitate your wishes. Tapestry caregivers are concerned with managing your pain, keeping you in touch with your physician, and helping you make plans for the future. Hospice is life-affirming, and Tapestry Hospice can help you deal with all aspects of life, mind, body, and soul. Call Tapestry Hospice for more information. 706-383-8812. That's 706-383-8812. Tapestry Hospice. Redefining hope. Morningstar Dry Cleaners, your local dry cleaners, located at 57 Crabtree Street, right behind Doracrisp Realty in Trenton. Morningstar Dry Cleaners offers a drop-off location for after hours and pickup service for businesses. We wash, dry, fold, iron, press, dry clean, and yes, we do alterations too. Now under new ownership, Morningstar Dry Cleaners. Open until 6 p.m. Monday through Friday for your convenience. Call them today, 657-3685. Morningstar Dry Cleaners on Crabtree Street, right behind Doracrisp Realty in Trenton.
Thank you for joining us, America. Joseph is in Florence, Alabama. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show, Joseph. Thanks for joining us, America. Samantha's with us in Seattle. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show, Samantha. Angie's with us in Baltimore. Hi, Angie. How are you? Thanks for joining us, America. We're glad you're here. Allie is with us in Austin, Texas. Hey, Allie, how are you?
The radio home of the Dave Ramsey Show. Weekday afternoons at 1 o'clock Eastern on 1420 AM and 106.1 FM KWN.
Continuing on with Sheriff Talk around the tri-state area here on KWN TV. Sheriff Paul Burnett with Marion County. I'm going to ask you about a couple of things, but first of all, this past week, a tragic incident where a boater or fisherman had found a lady that was found dead on the Tennessee River.
She was identified Saturday, but she was found last Wednesday floating there or next to the bank in the River Canyon area, just probably about a mile or 2 miles below the Marion-Hamilton County line. And myself and the officers responded, and it was a female. Identified her later on as Audley Frizzell. But she was sent to the for an autopsy, and the condition of the body was bad. We couldn't identify her, and we identified her through some other ways. And like I said, we were notified Saturday that definite ID of her, and she was reported missing early about the first week of March from my officer. I think her son reported her missing, and Her car was found on Old Jolly Bridge in Chattanooga, and I think it was a suicide note. My detective had been talking to Chattanooga detectives, and they had searched for the body there for several days around in the Chattanooga area. And I guess the water was so swift at the time. We'd had so much rain, but she did, float down to that area of Marion County.
And she was from Marion County.
She lived in what we call the Old Dunlap Road, is right above Whitwell. It's the old road that used to go from Whitwell to Dunlap, and so it's been called the Old Dunlap Road. She lived up near the fire department up on the upper end of the county.
All right. Well, that was tragic news for the family. I know that your office was busy with that on Wednesday and throughout the next few days on that. You've also got another missing person that hope to have their picture up here, and tell us a little bit about this particular case. And then
this person missing, his name's Wesley Ridge. He's lived and raised in Powell's Crossroads area. Comes from a good family. I spoke to the dad yesterday. He's a friend of mine. Wesley has not been heard from since March the 14th. He was he had used his phone that afternoon. He was actually living in a residence on 41 Highway near Guild Community. He went in the house. He was there with his girlfriend. Went in the house. She was outside getting some things out of it. And we know that he did go out the front door and got into a car with another guy that he knew. We've interviewed everybody. We've got some things that have been collected, sent to TBI lab, waiting to hear back from them. But as of March 14th, nobody's heard from him or seen him. And, like I said, I spoke to the dad yesterday, met with him probably about a couple hours, and he was real close to his mother, and I think he has a daughter, and they just feel strongly that if possible, he would give them a call. So the family's put up some money, and I put up some money, so we have $3,500 for any information for the whereabouts of Wesley. If you see this and you have information on anything, and if you can call me or Detective Hargis or Detective Henderson at the Sheriff's Department, 423-942-2525. Again, ask for Detective Hargis or Detective Henderson. And if you have information that we can find Wesley, then I'll be willing to. Family's willing to put up their share, and I am too. So just won't get this out to the public. We had a few leads last week, and we've run them down, but everything's kind of dried up now, and we're trying to find some way to get some new information in on this case.
Well, the picture's up on the on your TV screen right now. So if
he's
39-year-old,
Wes is kind of a heavy set guy, probably about 5'9", 5'10". Like I said, he was raised in Crossroads, comes from a big family there, and just if anybody knows anything or can help us, and we're like I said, we're willing to pay for any information. It's got to be, I don't want you to call and just say so and so told me this, so and so, because we've heard a lot of the so and so told this, second, third hand information. The information has to be good enough that we actually locate him, and if we do, they're willing to put up the money, and I've got some money to put up also.
So a $3,500 reward posted between the family and the sheriff. If you know or you have any information, and as I've seen over the years, you may have just a piece of the puzzle that you need, and you may think, well, that probably wouldn't matter, but you'd be surprised that may be the piece of the puzzle that you need to be able to put some other things together. So call if you have any information.
We've had, of course, you don't realize how much rumors get started, things that are not true, and the family hears it, I hear it, my officers hear it, but we've heard everything, he moved away, or all this and that. And like I said, I met with the dad yesterday, and I told him, I said, don't listen to all that,
Right.
But we did, he did get the numbers of all my detectives, and they assured him, if you hear anything, give us a call and we'll run it down, because we have developed leads, but and we've interviewed people and things, and it's just nothing of substance comes about. So
what number do you want the public to call?
423-942-2525. You'll reach dispatch and just tell them to speak to me or Detective Hargis or Detective Doug Henderson.
All right.
They're both working the case.
And once again, this gentleman's name you're looking for?
Wesley Ridge. He's, like I said, he was raised in Powell's Crossroads. It's not a very, very big community, but, everybody knew Wesley in the Whittle area. A lot of people knew him around Jasper. I mean, I've known Wesley a long time. And the family's really concerned. They're this is going on probably 3 weeks today, I guess.
Wow.
So, we're trying everything we can to see if we can locate him.
All right. Well, we hope that there's somebody out there that is watching or will watch this week that can help help your office being able to find this. I know the family would be very much concerned to be able to find this.
Well, the mother and dad, this is their only child, and
absolutely.
Like I said, I've known his dad a long time. He actually is a member of the. He likes to. I call it play around with old cars. He's really into that, and I am too. So we've got to be friends over the years, and he comes from a good family, and I would just love to help him. Give him some kind of.
Yeah, to figure out where he may be.
Well,
hopefully there's somebody out there that can call and let and give you some information. $3,500 reward for this gentleman. If you know his whereabouts, please contact the Marion County Sheriff's Department. We're going to take another break. When we come back, Sheriff and I are going to talk about a new program that he is fixing to implement. We talked about it a few weeks ago. It's been approved by the Marion County Commission, and you could see some of these house arrests that are coming, and we'll kind of explain that coming up. Stay with us. Sheriff Talk continues after this.
The Moore family name has built a legacy of trust, compassion, and peace of mind by standing with families during time of loss. Now in our 70th year, the Moore family commitment grows even stronger, from affordable, traditional services to cremation. Our experienced staff stands ready to follow through on you and your family's wishes. Since 1945, the Moore family of funeral homes, North Sand Mountain and Trenton, always dedicated to those we serve. The color of spring is here at Glass Farm Nursery, Highway 11, 4 miles south of Trenton. Come down and see us. While supplies last, we have 7-gallon weeping cherry trees for $59. Also at Glass Farm Nursery, get 3-gallon Kimberly Queen sun ferns for just $12.99 each. A full line of tropicals available now too. Glass Farm Nursery, open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 8 to 2 on Saturday. Since 1971, Glass Farm Nursery. Shop and compare, then come see us at Glass Farm Nursery, Highway 11, 4 miles south of Trenton. Folks around these parts have put their trust in the Ponder name for filling their prescriptions for decades. Jennifer Ponder Hicks, Doctor of Pharmacy, continues the tradition of fast, friendly, and personal service at Ponder's Mountain Pharmacy. Ponder's Mountain Pharmacy is convenient to our customers between Dobbins and North Sand Mountain School, next to Northeast Alabama Health Services. Ponder's Mountain Pharmacy gladly accepts most insurance plans, including Alabama Medicaid. When the need arises, have your doctor phone Ponder's Mountain Pharmacy at 597-4020. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, Ponder's Mountain Pharmacy.
Last year, I didn't go to H&R Block. But this year, I can go to Block and pay half what I pay my other guy. You can switch to Block and pay half too. Half price is a better price when you think about it. So follow us. We're going to H&R Block.
Switch to Block and pay half.
I'm your tailgate grill. Your buddy was in such a rush to get into the game, he didn't quite put me out. I see you bought the industrial-sized bottle of lighter fluid. Smart. And if you got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get an Allstate agent and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
There's an Allstate agent right here in your community.
At Gross Furniture in Trenton, Georgia, you get the savings, the selection, and the satisfaction of getting the furniture you deserve at the prices you want. Come in, relax, and take your time. Our staff can assist you with the entire process, from expert advice to professional delivery. That's because Gross Furniture is local and treats you with honesty. Just north of the Courthouse Square on Highway 11 in Trenton. Gross Furniture, the home furnishing store that offers you more.
Find out what's happening around town every Monday night, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central. Join us for Around Town on KWN TV.
Back now to Sheriff Talk here on KWN TV as we look at law enforcement around the tri-state area, North Alabama, North Georgia, Southeast Tennessee. Visiting this week, of course, with Marion County Sheriff Bo Burnett. He joins us pretty regular, talk about the different things that's happening in his county. And as we look a little bit further, you've just got approved through the Marion County Commission to be able to implement a new program.
It's a bracelet that goes on if a person's in jail, and this system is a GPS system. It just amazes me the technology's out here now. And I had talked to a sheriff in Grundy County. He implemented the program about a year ago, and he'd saved $70,000 in medical costs. We have a large medical bill out at Sheriff. We have a lot of people that are sick, and I've done some research on this program and got it approved by the commission last night. So, my population is probably, I think Grundy County Sheriff said he has 70 to 75 people in jail. I usually have about 140. So, if my figures can do as good as his, I hope to save about $100,000. And just like I told the commission before, I can't guarantee this program will work. Has to be it's usually the people are out of circuit court that have pretty long ranges and have in jail and have a lot of sickness. And what people don't understand is you can have TennCare or private insurance, but if you're incarcerated, they don't pay. I have to pay, and this is I call it house arrest program. This GPS system monitors. The courts can put that. Has to be agreement between the courts, the DA's office, and myself. And the person has to pay for it. It's not very expensive, though. But it was amazing the guidelines they put in there. There can, if it's a case where maybe somebody's been assaulted or something, or domestic, if they allow them to be under house arrest, then they can actually put a portion of the county that they can't go in. And if they violate that, it'll alert them, and then they can be put back in jail. And if they try to take the bracelet off, it alerts them. This system is monitored 24/7, and the courts use it a lot now for alcohol monitoring and drug monitoring. You can it works through the skin. If you're out on bond and part of your bond was to wear this alcohol, this is GPS one I'm wanting. Courts use one for alcohol, and if you drink alcohol, it sort through your skin and alert them that you've been drinking. So
wow,
it's
technology is.
It's something else. It's kind of scary at times, but this is a program. And like I said, I told him, I said, it may not work, but, if we can save $50,000 or $30,000, any savings, that's money that the taxpayers don't have to put out. I'm always looking for a way to save money. I've been talking to we have an inmate phone system. I'm looking at putting a new system in where visitation we do. I was telling the sheriff in Dade County about it, and where we do video visitation from the lobby and to the back, and then people won't have to be moved, because a lot of times we have problems when we start moving people from one part of the building to the other for visitation. So if I can get this program implemented, that'll cut down on safety for the correction people, and it's a good program. Of course, the FCC ruled here about 2 months ago that inmate phone calls were they was making good money, and FCC ruled against them, and now that's reduced that down to just about all they can do now is just about pay for the equipment. They're not making any money, so we're looking at new ways of doing it, looking at video visitation away from the facility. For example, if you have a nephew in jail here and you live in, say, Michigan, I'm not whether I'm going to use this program or not, but I'm looking at, you can actually go on this site and they'll hook you up so you can visit from your home if you have a laptop or a computer at home. Well, and this person can visit sitting in the jail, and you could be in, say, Michigan, California, wherever.
I can see it, where it could help. For one thing, if you've got somebody that's been in there for a long time, and maybe the interaction with some family will make them a little bit more settled as a prisoner.
Right.
That.
I talked to Captain Chambers, Dade County, yesterday, and talked to Sheriff about it. And they've had this off-site visitation system for 7 months, and they had one incident. But the technology's good. It has face recognition. If all of a sudden, things start happening, then it alerts you. So it's it's got some. I did call the state, the people that do the jail inspection. They were highly encouraged for the on-site, but they weren't real happy about the off-site. But I know Jackson County has it, Dade County has it, Hamilton County has it. I've called probably 10 different sheriff departments across the state, and I tried to get a department similar to my size. And about, I think 7 out of the 10 have it. There's a couple of them that were dead set against it, and I can understand that. But another program looking at, just always looking at ways to, it bring in some more money. Plus, nowadays, of course, gas is cheaper now, but a couple of years ago when gas was almost $5 a gallon, it would have been easier to pay that fee to do that instead of driving all the way down there.
Well, I would think it'd also cut down some manpower when you're having to go to visitation days, right, when you got somebody who has to go
We do visitation on Saturday
and
and Sunday. We have 4 pods, and it's all day long. It ties my staff up. This will free them up to phones don't quit ringing just because we've got visitation, and people are still having to be booked through and having to feed and do what all we have to do during the day. So this would free up them to concentrate on more things in the jail.
Technology is definitely running a long way. I'm going to go back to the bracelets and ask you, one of the things that pops in my mind that would be great for if you got a TPO or a protection order, right, that you can't go around somebody.
That's what I was talking about. If you have some kind of order out of court that you're not to have contact with this person, they can actually set that up and put this person in a zone. And if you have a bracelet on your ankle and you violate that zone, it alerts them. And then you could possibly be brought back in and suspended or whatever, put back in jail, bond revoked or whatever. So it's a pretty good system. You can put boundaries. If you're not to be outside the Marion County, if you go outside the Marion County, it'll alert you on that. So there's a lot of good things to it. Like I told the commissioner, it may work great or it may fall on its face. If it does, I'll come back and tell you it didn't work good. You never know till you try these things.
Absolutely. Well, it sounds like that it's going to be. What how long is it going to take you to implement?
I've got to
this?
get a contract signed. I hope to get this thing up and going probably in a couple of weeks.
And I guess you'll have criteria.
I want people to understand. You're going to have to be a special case to get in this program. I'm not just going to let everybody do it. It's going to be a cooperation between the courts. And the good thing about using the system in Grundy County for a year, a lot of the cases come out of circuit court, and the judges in Marion County also go to Grundy County. So all 3 of the circuit judges are familiar with the program, and they've been supportive of it. And it's just, like I said, I just don't want people to think we're just going to open the door and turn everybody loose. No, you're going to be a special case. We're going to have to know something about you.
Primarily with health problems.
Health problems. That's primarily the health problems. I don't want to put violent offenders out there, things like that. But I'll give it some time. Then, maybe 6 months from now I can say it worked great, or 6 months from now I can come here and say, wasn't a very good program, I've abandoned it and looking at something else. Just have to wait and see.
Well, sounds good. Sheriff, of course, we'll kind of monitor that here on the program. You can kind of give us an update of when you get your first people out there and what's going on. Don't forget, Marion County is looking for the missing person. What was his name again?
Wesley Ridge.
Wesley Ridge. There's a picture one more time out there. If you know anything, $3,500 reward between the family and Sheriff Bo Burnett here looking for information about the whereabouts of this gentleman. If you know, please contact the Marion County Sheriff's Department. Sheriff, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
When we come back, we're going to be talking about the April term of court in Dade County, and Judge House, along with our Superior Court Clerk Kathy Page, is going to be telling us how, if you get a jury summons, what you may need to do. It's all coming up as Sheriff Talk continues.
Looking for that next new-to-you vehicle? Well, Rayburn Cloud at Cloud Auto Sales has just what you're looking for, including a '99 Ford F-250 Super Duty with new tires, big V10 for only $4,700. How about an '06 Ford Expedition Eddie Bauer model with the V8 loaded at $4,995? Or an '09 Nissan Altima Super Gas Mileage with that 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine, only $5,995. See Rayburn Cloud today at Cloud Auto Sales, Alabama Highway 71 in Higdon, 597-3273 for Cloud Auto Sales, and like us on Facebook. Facebook. Hey everybody, bacon is back at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
That's right, it's Little Caesars Bacon Wrapped Crust Deep Dish Pizza. Our 8-corner pizza topped with pepperoni and bacon and wrapped in more than 3.5 feet of bacon. Get a large today for just $12. Little Caesars Bacon Wrapped Crust Deep Dish Pizza is available all day. And it's available hot and ready from 4 until 8 every day. Little Caesars, Highway 136 West in Trenton and 411 Kimball Crossing in Kimball.
Get big savings now with Tennessee Valley Net. Tennessee Valley Net's digital television, telephone service, and high-speed internet is now available in many areas of Dade County and expanding to other areas like Edgewood, Piney, Lake Hills, Sligo, and New Salem. Digital television packages are available including over 200 channels. High-speed internet services with 30 meg upload and download available now from TVN. Residential and commercial packages are available. Call now to see if TVN is available in your neck of the woods. 706-657-4367 or visit tvn.net.
Georgia Northwestern Technical College wants to help put you to work. Our programs in business, health, industrial, and public service will train you for the jobs available today. GNTC offers schedules in day, evening, and online classes at 5 campus locations with financial aid options too. You are sure to find a career path that works for you with our variety of degrees, diplomas, and certificates available. Visit us in person or on the web at gntc.edu. Georgia Northwestern Technical College. Your career begins here.
Join us for the Marion County Messenger in prime time, Monday nights at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, right here on KWN TV. Back now to Sheriff Talk here on KWN. We appreciate you watching the program every week. Matter of fact, I got a viewer today stopped me before we came into the program. Didn't realize Sheriff Talk was going to be produced today, but they said they sure do enjoy watching it when it's on at night. And I said, well, as a matter of fact, I was headed down to talk with the sheriffs today. So we know that the folks in the community like the show, and we thank you very much. It gives us an opportunity to meet with law enforcement, talk about the various things that are going on, give you some insight in some of the cases that they're working, and just be let them have an opportunity to talk with the public every week. So that is good. Coming up this next segment, it is April, and those of you that in Dade County know it's the April term, what we call the Superior Court here in Dade County. It's going to be meeting. If you've already got a jury summons, which some of you have, we're going to let Superior Court Judge Brian House and our also Superior Court Clerk Kathy Page explain all about the juror process and what you can expect. As Sheriff Talk continues, let's take a listen.
Hello, I am Judge Brian M. House with the Lookout Mountain Judicial Circuit, which is comprised of Catoosa, Chattooga, Dade, and Walker counties. I am the sitting judge for Dade County. There are 4 Superior Court judges serving this circuit: John Bowling Wood, Christina Cook Graham, Ralph Van Pelt, and myself. The clerk of court for this county is Kathy Page. If you are watching this video, you have more than likely been chosen or summoned for service on a Traverse jury panel. Our circuit has 2 terms of Superior Court per year and consists of 2 two-week periods for criminal trials and 2 one-week periods for civil trials. Most of you are wondering, how did I get selected? You have been picked randomly from a list of eligible citizens using various sources such as voter registration list and driver's list. Please do not ignore these summons. Those summons for Superior Court jury duty should personally appear at the time listed on your summons. Georgia law provides that you must respond to summons for jury duty and report. Failure to report can result in a fine and/or jail time. On the day of your service, please remember to arrive on time. Over the next few minutes, I will explain the process of your jury service and what you can expect.
Hello, my name is Kathy Page, your Clerk of Superior Court.
As a resident of Dade County, you have been summoned for Superior Court jury duty. When you received your summons, you should have also received a jury questionnaire. Please fill out that and return it to the Clerk of Superior Court as soon as possible. The questions on that questionnaire are not intended to be invasive, but are necessary for the attorney to look through prior to the start of trials to help expedite the process. Georgia law provides that the attorneys for the parties involved in jury trials have a right to ask questions of the prospective jurors in order to assist them in selecting the jury to try the case. The judges of the Lookout Mountain Judicial Circuit believe that the jury selection process, and thus most jurors' stay in court, is greatly shortened by each prospective juror answering these questions before they come to the court by use of this questionnaire rather than waiting to have the lawyers ask the same questions in each and every case. Juror service typically lasts 1 week. If your services are not needed for a particular day during the week you are summoned, you will be excused and told when to return. Some trials may last longer than 1 week, and jurors assigned to those cases will, of necessity, be required to continue to serve until the conclusion of the trial. However, most trials take only 1 or 2 days, and rarely does a trial go into Saturdays or Sunday or into the next week. I am sure most of you are wondering what the legal excuses to be excused from jury service. They are persons over 70 years of age, persons with a permanent mental, physical disability, any person who is a full-time student at a college, university, or vocational school, any person who is the primary caregiver having active care and custody of a child under 4 years of age in a situation where alternative child care is not reasonably available. Any person who is not a resident of the county that you have been summoned to. Any person who is a convicted felon and had not had their rights restored. If you have been summoned for jury duty, you must be a resident of Dade County to be eligible to serve. If you have relocated, please submit proof of your permanent resident address. There are sometimes certain situations in a juror's life that are cause to be excused that do not fall within the legal excuses. Requests for postponement must be submitted in writing to your local Clerk of Superior Court. Those are looked at on a case-by-case basis by the judge. The court may then either excuse you or defer your service until another term of court. Please try to make said request at least 5 days before the start of your service. If you need accommodations due to a disability and still wish to serve, please contact the Clerk of Superior Court to arrange for any special accommodations that may be necessary. I am sure you may have questions as what you should wear to court. The dress code is not intended to infringe on the First Amendment rights of anyone entering into a courtroom of the Lookout Mountain Judicial Circuit. The following clothing is hereby prohibited. Any apparel containing words or graphics that is a matter of common knowledge when used to provoke another person naturally tend to provoke violent resentment, also known as fighting words. Any apparel bearing words or graphics containing obscenities or a vulgar display of the human body. Any apparel that allows a lewd appearance or a state of partial nudity. All headwear and caps except for head coverings required as a matter of religious beliefs. There are also things that are not allowed in the courtroom. No newspapers or magazines are allowed. Books are allowed but may not be read by jurors while court proceedings are ongoing. Cell phones, smartphones, tablets, and laptop computers are banned, as well as any video, audio, or still picture taking devices unless specifically authorized by the presiding judge. Now you are here to serve on a Traverse jury, which will either be a civil trial or a criminal trial. Your duty as a juror is a fact finder of the evidence presented to you and then to apply the law as it is given to you. A civil trial is settling a dispute or disagreement between two or more parties. A criminal trial is determining if a defendant has violated Georgia law. Please remember, on the night before each scheduled appearance for jury duty, please call the jury information phone line at 706-657-5879 or visit www.dadegaclerkofcourt.com to read announcements and click on the jury final reporting for active jury list. It is important you access the resources above the night before each appearance so you can receive important updates or instructions. Thank you.
Responsibility of the judges include conducting the trial, making sure procedures are followed, and making decisions regarding what is allowed into evidence based upon the law. We also will instruct you as to what is the law in the case you are hearing at the conclusion of the trial. The bailiff's responsibilities include helping the court seat jurors and helping with the court's needs. They also are there to help you with things you may need. The clerk who reads your verdict, and they also are the ones who pay you for your service. Court reporters take down everything that is said during the trial. They certify the record of the case. The attorneys for both sides are there to represent the interests of their respective clients. They present their clients' cases to you. Now that you have an overview of the courtroom personnel, I will now take you through what you can expect once a case has been called for trial. The voir dire process is when the attorneys for each side will question you to see if they feel like you are qualified to serve as a juror on the case. The court will proceed to have you take an oath. None of the questions are meant to pry into your personal life or to make you feel uncomfortable, but there are questions that have to be asked so that the attorneys may represent their clients to the best of their ability. If a question is asked that makes you feel uncomfortable, please feel free to say you want to come up to the judge and answer that question at the bench. This is perfectly okay. The questions that are asked are to determine if there are fair-minded, impartial jurors for that particular case. During the process, you may be excused from this particular case for some relevant cause. After all the questions are asked, there's usually a 15-minute break that the attorneys will go over your answers. After that, the clerk will call each juror's name one at a time. You will stand up when your name is called, and the attorneys will either accept or excuse you. If you're chosen, the judge will swear you in as a juror in that case and give you some instructions to follow during the trial. After you've been sworn in, and each side will give their opening statements. Those statements are not evidence. It is only what each side expects the evidence to show. In a civil matter, each side will present their case. In a criminal matter, the district attorney will present the state's case, and the defendant may present evidence but is not required to. The evidence you receive will be through testimony from witnesses or things admitted into evidence. At the conclusion of the evidence, each side will give you their closing statements. The last part of the trial is when a judge will give you the law that pertains to the case you are sitting for. Once the judge has finished his charge, you will then retire to the jury room to pick a foreperson and begin your deliberations. When you have reached a unanimous verdict or decision, the foreperson signs a written verdict on the juror's behalf. The judge then calls the trial back into open court for a public reading of the verdict. You will be brought back to the courtroom and hand the verdict to a bailiff. He will give it to the clerk to be read. That will conclude your part of the trial. You are then free to talk about the case with anybody, or if you prefer, with nobody. Remember to keep an open mind during all phases of the trial. Pay close attention to all witnesses and evidence. The judge or the bailiff will let you know how to make requests during the trial itself. During the trial, the court will try to accommodate all the parties involved. We usually take mid-morning breaks, 1 hour for lunch, and midday break. Depending on the case and its progress, the court will break for the day around 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. If you have any problems during the trial, such as being able to hear, please let the court know. Also, during the trial, please remember some simple but very important rules. Do not listen to others talking about the case. Do not do any research or investigate your own. Avoid getting on the internet about the case. Avoid reading anything about the case in the newspaper. Do not discuss the matter with anyone except with fellow jurors during deliberations. Do not go to the scene of any place described in the case, and do not discuss case with any of the lawyers, parties, or witnesses. Jury service represents a vital part of America's democracy system. As a prospective juror, your jury service is both your right and honor. Do not stress about being selected. Without you, the court could not conduct its business. I hope you will be open to new experiences and meeting new people. Be proud of the fact you live in a county that offers you the opportunity to participate in the process. I appreciate your taking the time to watch this video and hope that has helped you understand what to expect. We hope you find your experience as a juror interesting and satisfying. Thank you for your willingness to serve.
You've been watching Sheriff Talk, live from the studios of KWN TV7, all around the tri-state area, as we give you information that you can use concerning law enforcement. Join us again next week for another episode of Sheriff Talk, a public affairs program of KWN TV7.